It's the real word. It's the real word. We on a mission and that's bringing y'all the truth. You know the problem, but we get into the root. The devil watching, yeah, he always on pursuit. But Jesus is our rock, so we shall not be moved. We on a winning team, so we can't lose. We say facts, cause we hitting y'all with proof. Started from the bottom, now we standing on the roof. As God as our witness, we gon' make it to the moon. When you want the truth, the world be hiding it. This the real word, we providing it. We got Ace, BK, Truth, Rick Star, and we plan to make a movie like it's Pixar. We came a long way from the plantation. We just tryna save your souls from damnation. So if you down with the message, tune in every week. It will lead you to the message that you seek. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
Episode 12. Shout out to everybody who's been watching. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's helped us to get this far, thus far. I'm here with my co-host. Introduce yourself.
Sidney, Pierre, coming straight from Maranatha, French SDA.
Alright. And shout out to everybody that watched this. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting. I know it's been a long time. Like, we've been putting out episodes slowly. It hasn't been consistent, but we're going to, bring it back up. The snowstorm was crazy out here in Brooklyn. If you're not from, the whole New York area, we were swept by a snowstorm. A snowstorm had us depressed. We couldn't be moving around. The roads was crazy.
Yeah, niggas ain't shovel too good, so you can't even park.
Yeah.
Niggas find parking.
A lot of garbage piling up because, the sanitation workers, they were busy plowing up the snows and trying to clean the streets to the best of their ability. They was working 12-hour shifts, 18-hour shifts, 20-hour shifts. So shout out to the sanitation workers.
Shout out to the salt truck drivers and everyone. Yeah,
and sanitation too.
I saw the salt truck drivers outside though. That's like who I really saw.
Yeah, but the salt people, they work with sanitation, so all the same.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I'm thinking sanitation. You think I'm thinking garbage, man. But yeah, okay, my fault.
Yeah. They all work for the same thing. But yeah, man, shout out to all of y'all that have been supporting us throughout all this, man. That snowstorm was something different. There's people cars still buried outside in the snow, unfortunately. So, it's been tough out here. But, so what you want to talk about today?
We got numerous things. One, your boy just celebrated his 21st birthday.
All right, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Man's
clap
21.
It up.
Now me and Rickard could finally be outside. We can finally be outside now.
I don't want to hear it from certain, certain people.
It's all jokes. It's all good. But, all glory to God, for allowing me to see this far. A lot of people I grew up with, or just in general, never got to see 21. So at the end of the day, this is really a blessing. And, like I said, like I always just tell y'all in the beginning, the work has just started. So, I just ask for God to continue to keep blessing me so I can see many more years, so I can see 50, 60, 70 plus more years, besides that, we got a lot of movements being done in Franco-Haitian. We just had our game night at Herman, shout out to everybody at Herman. Shout out to Herman, shout out to, Pastor Jillian,
you didn't even pop out, but okay.
Just joking, all jokes aside, shout out to for Herman, shout out to Rickard actually for being there, he helped set up and help clean afterwards, and the game night was a success. So I appreciate those who are watching. I appreciate all those who came out support, got some free time. Also shout out to my parents who made the food. We just came off for a game night. We have our next event, which will be the Super Bowl party at Maranatha.
This Sunday,
February 8th. I'll be there to drop off some things. I won't stay. I like to celebrate the Super Bowl with my family, so and they probably gonna cut a cake for me since my birthday had just passed. So, but if anyone wants to stay tuned, February 8th at 6:30 p.m. The Super Bowl watch party being held at Maranatha.
Will there be some cremas?
Nah, we don't do that. We just selling some free time. We're gonna have some soda, grab some water, and we just go watch the Super Bowl. No alcohol, nothing.
They're gonna have the Haitian apple cider, the Haitian champagne, the apple cider. They're gonna be popping bottles.
It's gonna be chilling, man. I don't really expect. I hope it's a good turnout. That's really it. But yeah, besides that. What I really wanted to talk to you about, we was on the phone earlier today, and we was talking about, like, people who, you know, like to say, we were not gonna mention no names, but we're talking about people who say they're gonna do stuff and they don't help, or they'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and they don't really do anything. Like, oh, they just say it to say it. And you said it yourself, it's kind of a form like a mockery.
Yeah,
like it may not say. You remember you said that. So
yeah, menacing.
So what do you think about that? Like, let's start off the conversation with that.
The other day I was having a conversation with Stefan. Shout out to Stefan, and he was like, yo, like, there's not a lot of people known for outreach like the way you and Sanders and a few other people are known. And I started laughing. And I was like, yo, to be honest, I didn't used to do outreach or community service like that until, you know, I ran into Sanders, and then we started doing the podcast, and then we started going out there and helping people like that. Like, I wouldn't say I was selfish, but I was more so to the people around me. I didn't venture out to everyone outside of my inner circle. And then, yeah, I would go to, like, low-income neighborhoods, but I'll be more so to, like, hang out for parties, to link girls. It wasn't to go... Yeah,
you honest, though.
Yeah,
you're honest.
It wasn't to go help people and do community service. It wasn't nothing like that. So, but one day me and Sanders had that conversation. He's like, yo, when you be touching... He's like, yo, when you touch the people, you touch the community, especially those that need it, and you look like them, it's a different type of ball game. It's a different type.
Facts.
He was like, the impact's gonna be different. And then he was like, yo, and then he was the one that told me, he said, yo, bro, like, with your attitude, with your charisma, with the way you look, the way you dress, like, you could walk in any room, and then, you know, just the energy. And then me and him started doing it. Like, he was like, yo, we gotta put on suits and go try to have meetings with these people. And I was like, yo, what are you talking about? He said, yo, we could do it. Just think about it. Like, he used to always come up with the crazy ideas, and he used to tell me, yo, go figure it out. Like, we could do it. And then that's how it started. So one day, like, we really put on suits and then trench coats, and we just went. I forgot where we went. But then we started handing out business cards, and then we ran to this lady. She ended up working for a newspaper, and the newspaper lady ended up being the lady who's a billionaire now. She was the one that put us on to a lot, you know? And that was just off the strength. And then we explained to her all the things that we've done and all the things that we've done in the community. She's like, yo, y'all deserve citations and awards. And it was like, citations and awards, because it was so outside of our mind of thinking. She said, yeah, like, how much people you know really doing this? Like, y'all giving out 300 coats a year, 200 coats a year. It was like, yo, like, you deserve an award for that. And then it was kind of odd because we're raised to be humble. Like, if you do something, like, people shame you if you take a picture, if you put it on video. But it'd be the same people if you don't take a picture or take a video. Then they say, yo, you stealing the money, you fronting. Like, did it really happen? What's going on? So it's like, it's a weird catch-22. And then it's like what I told you the other day. I see the names of all the people that donate because I own the company.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that.
You know what's funny about that? I was like, yo, you never know someone could donate anonymously. You're like, nah, no one's donating anonymously. Yeah. But then someone actually did donate anonymously.
Yeah, they gave 120. And I took like almost 2 months to get that money. Like a month.
Yeah, you said, yeah, it wasn't going through or something. I remember you did tell me that.
Yeah, because they went through PayPal giving funds, and PayPal giving funds paid on a cycle of every 30 days. So if you made a donation on the 28th or the 29th or the 26th or 20 something of December, we're not going to get it till like the 29th of January. It's probably not going to touch the accounts like the 1st of February. So it's almost like we got to wait a whole billing cycle to get that money.
Okay.
So that's why we came with the Cashapp and the Zelle. Like, it's instant.
Yes,
it makes sense that way. So, you know, you could look up the EIN number for the Real Word Ministries. All you gotta do is put in the whole legal name, Real Word Ministries Inc., and it'll come up. The EIN number starts, I believe, with an 8. Something, I don't know. But it's a public company. As long as you see this logo, you're gonna know it's the company. And the difference between that and the other Real Word Ministries, you gotta put Brooklyn, New York. Real Word Ministries, Brooklyn, New York. It's gonna pop up because there's another one, I believe, in Texas, and there's another one someplace else. But some of them have the THE, but mine only have Real Word Ministries. But we put the Real Word Ministries because it's the name of a brand. So, you know. So, I don't know if the people that are saying they're going to help are the ones donating anonymously, but I don't...
But, you know, there's people that came up to you and they're like, oh, yeah, I want to help. And
yeah, and they haven't helped. And, you know, this company was founded in, 2018?
Yeah.
Like, you could look at the different plaques and see for how long it's been going. And
2020, 2019.
Yeah, and then you won't see any of them in the pictures or around. You know, some of them, I guess, they want to be associated, but privately they disassociate. You know, like it's like the people that when they next to you in public, they say, "What up, man? What's up?" and they acting like they your friend, acting like they mad cool because of all the people around. But you know, on a regular day, I don't really talk to this person. I don't really conversate. It's not like they can't reach out to speak to you. It's just that they don't.
So, does that bother you in a way? Because I ain't gonna lie, that's some groupie behavior.
I mean, for some people, like, you're not gonna see them every day, so you know they showing you love based on what they see online, based on what they see on social, based on what they see you doing. They want to show that love and appreciation, and then some they want to be like, like, excuse me. They almost like, I want some of that to rub off on me. You ever heard that expression? Like, some people want that. Like, if I hang around greatness, I'll probably be great myself, or I could just associate myself in a sense where I could be good. It's almost like a crew of 5, right? In the crew of 5, you know, there's one main leader, one sidekick, one dude that probably does computers, one dude that's probably like the crash out with the weapons. Then there's another low-key dude in the back. So it's like, all those people are in the crew, but you know, there's a head nigga, there's a second nigga, and there's the rest supporting cast. But you know, like, they all good because of the one main nigga. Like, you know, like, that's how a lot of crews operate, you know, in general. So most people are like, yo, I just want to be down with the crew or be an affiliate of the crew, so I'm good at the same time.
So do you feel like, in a way, you should start being not selective, but kind of exclusive? Like, you shouldn't, like, if people are not, if there are people going up to you, they're like, oh yeah, I want to help, and they're saying I want to help for the longest, and they haven't showed 1 ounce, like 1 shred of action or effort, should you just start like distancing yourself from them, or you shouldn't even, like, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, one day could come where they can help, you know? You never know. Like, they might be in a position where they could help, and it's like, yo, I know I've been saying I can help, yo, here you go. Because there's been people like that, you know? There's people like that troll. It's like, yo, they claim they have money in investments, and then they donating $5, and they laughing, like, you know? And I'm like...
Yeah, to them, that's their donation. That's their donation.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, you bragging about you just cashed out on $20K in stocks, allegedly. And then
allegedly, I love using that word because allegedly is like, yeah, sure. You know, we can't say we don't know it for sure, but yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, allegedly, and then you donate $5 to charity.
Yeah, no, I never understood that.
Will be mine, but let's just say you donate to the Red Cross, you giving them 10 racks because just to say, yeah, I gave the Red Cross 10 racks, but the Red Cross didn't even know how to build houses in Haiti. So you know, you can put things into perspective because you know. I don't like to compare apples to oranges, you know. You gotta compare oranges to oranges and apples to apples. In regards to, like, the people around my age doing the things that I'm doing in the same scope for as long as we've been doing, I see more people following the mold that I've done and copying it versus to people, like, you know, doing something out of the ordinary and making it something of their own, you know, in a sense.
Okay. So do you feel like those people that try to, like, basically spin-offs of the Real Word Ministry, like, do you feel like have you ever seen any of them that, like, were like, okay, they took from me, but they actually made it work, or you feel like...
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that's doing their thing. Like I said earlier, shout out to Caleb CK Smooth. Like, he came on the show earlier on when he was younger. He came on a few times, and to see his development when he first came on, he was a bit shy, and then, you know, you seen him open up to a point where, you know, he has his show, he's doing his content, he's doing his brand. I think his editing is great. Like, he does great editing. Like me, I'm lazy, you know, I pay someone to do editing. Yeah. Or, like, if I do my own editing, it takes me a very long time.
Yeah, but you're a busy man, so we wouldn't expect you to just really be sitting around editing a vid.
Yeah, and then the same time, like, it's kind of cringy for me to watch myself and then edit it and say, okay, are people going to like this? Because for me, in my mind, it's like, I already did it. I put it out to the universe. Whoever was there got it. But then it's like, well, I told you earlier, like, I could preach to 150 people in a room and record it and chop it up and put it back online, and then 10,000 people see it. So it's like,
viral,
yeah, it's like, You know, like when I preached that sermon about Daniel and the lions, then and the three kings, you know, it was probably like 150, 180 people in the room, if that.
Is that the one that you sent to everyone that like got posted, or you was in the green suit?
Yeah, no. Yes, in the green suit. That was the one in the green suit, the first one I put out. And you know, that sermon, I held on to it for like 3 years.
Yeah,
in the
you told me that.
And it was like maybe 120 people, 180 people in the room. Like, that sermon's been watched, like over 80,000 times between Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. So it's like, okay, and I sat on it for 3 years. And, you know, the comments, people like, wow, like, this is powerful. Yo, this is a word. Like, where's the whole sermon? And even now, I got the whole sermon edited and finished, and I still didn't drop it.
Put it up, yeah.
Yeah, like...
You gotta put out your sermons, man. You gotta start putting out your sermons.
I'm gonna show you, look. You see?
Yeah, that's the one I remember. You were in that green suit. Because that wasn't Herman. You was in the bed.
Yeah, you see, look. I even got them lined up per weeks. Chopped up. And I got all of these I ain't put out. So it's like at least 8 weeks. And if I chop them up, that's going to be like, what, a few months.
Okay. So my next question is coming up, you know, not to get into politics a little bit, but so a situation that you're seeing with TPS, how you feel about that? Like, not saying that has affected you anyway, but, you know.
Nah, I think it does affect all of us. Like, I had family members that came up in the Biden situation, but the Biden situation and TPS is two different things, though. The TPS is...
The TPS that they're trying to apply now is from Obama's clause.
Yeah, temporary protective services, was it?
Temporary protective status.
Protective status that allowed them to come in temporarily and be able to work with the TPS. The Biden situation is more so people that were refugees escaping Haiti's instability that was, you know, orchestrated and caused by the powers that may be. But then they received asylum as long as they got a sponsor under Biden. That's why they call him T-Biden. you know? So
yeah, that's what we do call them that.
Yeah, the T-Bidens. So, boom. So, the TPS niggas, they looking a little bougie right now at the Biden niggas. Just like how we looking at both of them bougie. Like, the green card niggas are like,
they feel like they're in a different category.
Yeah.
So.
And you see it. Especially,
I see it firsthand.
Yeah, especially in church, especially around.
Definitely in church.
And they call each other, like, I realized that T-Biden word is kind of a derogatory term. Because my kid actually the other day, what's a T-Biden? I said, huh? She's like, you call somebody a T-Biden the other day? I was starting laughing. I said, yo, they call them little Bidens because they came under Biden, so they basically call them little niggas.
But I think with I heard a federal judge blocked it for now
for the TPS,
but you know, I don't know. It might still go forward. You know, the way how Trump.
But the T-Biden still could get deported. I heard.
Of course, I feel like anybody could get deported.
As long as
the way they move.
Yeah, if you commit a crime,
But I just feel, you know, it's just a difficult time right now because they outside.
Yeah, some people scared though. Some people haven't been coming to church. They've been hiding in their house.
Oh, so yeah, a lot. Even my people, they like scared. Like, before, but actually, they scared to a degree because when we used to warn them, they were still going outside. They were just walking, around the neighborhood, and it's like, but it's all fun and games. So it's all fun and games. So they really snap. But you know, I think it's really because they was getting bored. But then it's like it's all fun and games till they really snatch you off the street. But I don't think they.
I don't think they snatching you off the street.
Nah, but I'll be honest with you. I don't really see them going at Haitians in video. I've seen a lot of Spanish.
Yeah,
they've been going at the Spanish.
And most of those Spanish people, no disrespect to them, like they're the people that had committed crimes.
Not even that. They're the people who really came here like with no documentation at all. Like they came here from wherever, from South America, Central America,
and
walked all the way up. Like they came here with nothing.
Some Haitians came like that too.
Yeah, definitely the Chile.
The ones from Chile. Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah,
they called them Haitien à pied, even à pied. Basically, Haitians that came barefoot.
Yeah, because I remember a few years ago, it went crazy with the guy on the horse whipping them. They was walking in Texas. So I'm like,
they were like, oh, he passed through Spanish. And a lot of that passed through Spanish countries, by the time they come out, they speak Spanish. you peep that, right?
Bro,
they speak Spanish.
They came all the come on. They came from Chile, Brazil, Argentina, all the countries. I'm like, that shows dedication, though.
They don't literally walk though. Some hop in the back of pickup trucks. They hop on motorcycles. But there is a place that you gotta walk when you gotta walk through the Amazon.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's dedication, bro. That's dedication. So it's just like, damn, you know, what kind of makes you sad about it is like these people really just come here to work. Like, oh, my wife.
Yeah, but some of them do come and commit crime though.
Nah, they be coming and doing some nonsense. Don't get me wrong. Some of them they take advantage of the system off rip, especially when Biden was here. They knew how to get the EBT cards and stuff like that. So
that's why the city's in a deficit now, and that Zoran guy is blaming it on Eric Adams, but Eric Adams, he low-key said it, and that's why they try to lock him up. He was like, yo, like, they keep sending all the migrants here to New York, and we can't afford it.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, it's breaking down the city. It's like, yo, we're going to be in such a deficit after a few years. It's going to all show on paper.
He even knew, he's like, how are we going to take care of all these people, bro? Like,
he's like, how are we going to pay for this? And now Zoran say, oh, we got the deficit that Adams created. And I'm like, yo.
But then, mind you, he's the same one. He's like, we're going to be like we're going to be a sanctuary city.
He's making a lot of promises he can't keep, obviously.
He a young guy. I mean, I don't want to speak too much on our new mayor, but, you know, he's a young guy, you know, and he seems very popular amongst the youth, which is, I feel like, is what we need in politics, low-key, because...
That's what they said about Obama.
Obama was young when he came in. Obama was 40-something.
I guess, but he didn't do much for the youth. I don't think so.
He didn't do much, but Obama couldn't do much at all because
first they said he couldn't do much in his first 4 years. He needs 4 more years. We gave him 4 more years. That's 8 years.
Bro, still even then, bro. Remember, Obama had the Senate. Remember, the whole legislative branch was Republican. That's off rip, and then the judicial branch is Republicans too. He wasn't going to get anything passed. Besides the Affordable Care Act, I'm not going to call it Obamacare. The Affordable Care Act, that was major, but...
And that was horrible.
The gun laws he was trying to pass, it couldn't go through.
He passed a lot of other laws. I think so.
I'm trying to think. And people don't realize Obama deported more people than Trump. But we ain't going to talk about that.
I mean, it's shown... Yeah, that's true. But it's shown more that Trump is the evil person because, you know, that's who... It all depends on...
He's outside with it. Yeah. He's like, we don't want them here. We don't want them here. They, you know, but you can't say that because immigrants built this country.
Yeah, because...
2 out of 3 of your wives are immigrants.
Yeah, but they're talking about the people that's coming over here and then going on welfare and going on public assistance. You remember when the migrants kept coming to New York, what they end up having to do? They end up having to turn all the hotels into
shelters. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And then there was a time when it was mad hard to get a shelter, especially a short stay. People was tight because all the short stay places became hotel. Became shelters. And so, like, the whole culture and the narrative changed. But then inside of those shelters, there was a lot going on because I used to work in the shelters.
Yeah, I know. I was going to ask you, so what was it like? Because I don't know if
I never worked in a family shelter, but every time I applied, more so, it was more like, you know, migrant families. And then they would say, okay, we have a lot of crime going on, a lot of ACS cases, a lot of, you know, inspections and this and that. And, you know, I just ended up not taking that job. And plus, they was only paying like 80-something thousand. Okay. So I was just like, no, thank you. So, I mean... There's a lot going on in the city, man. I think there's a cause and effect. I think when the Republicans, especially the ones in Florida and the middle states like Georgia and them other states was like, yo, we're not taking these migrants. We're going to bust them and send them back to New York. And they send them to New York. And now we're in this big deficit where there's like all this money. They're like, everybody's like, where did Eric Adams spend the bread? And they laugh and make it seem
I ain't gonna lie, he was using the bread from stuff. I mean, he was using the bread on stuff.
No,
he was getting caught up with some stuff.
You can't say both things. You can't say he's guilty for taking bribes and taking all these free things and then say, oh yeah, he was stealing money to spend money on things that he was getting for free. Like...
I don't know, he was crooked as hell. Eric Adams, I mean, I just feel like to be the second black mayor of New York City, bro, like, he left, I feel like he just really, he left a kind of a disdain in people's, like, not saying, what's his name again?
De Blasio was better?
No, not the other black mayor, the first black mayor, Dinkins, not saying he was any better because you had the Crown Heights riots back in 91, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like with Adams, he was just not taken as seriously as a politician compared to Zoran Mandami,
So you
compared to any politician.
So you think De Blasio was taken more seriously?
I think De Blasio was taken a lot more seriously.
You think George W. Bush was taken more seriously? George W. Bush?
Then Eric Adams?
George W.?
Fresh off 9/11? Yes, he was taken a little bit more seriously.
But before, he was a...
he was a goofy. He was a goofy even during his whole presidency after 9/11. Like, I always say, next to Trump, W was probably the dumbest president. Trump is not even dumb, but W was really dumb. Like, George W. Bush is really, really dumb. Like that.
He's not dumb. He just a C student.
Yeah, he was a D student. Like, niggas don't realize. I always gave these presidents.
But at Yale.
But remember, his dad was the director of the CIA.
Yeah, I mean, favor for a favor.
Like, come on, like anyone can. Trump got into Wharton. Yeah. Remember, he was at Penn State, not Penn State, UPenn.
Yeah.
Like, all these presidents went to Ivy League schools, bro. So
he was at Fordham first, then he transferred to Penn after.
Oh, he's at Fordham. Only one I don't know. I think Biden went to Syracuse and Delaware. Mm. So he didn't really go to Ivy League, but the rest, they all went to these Ivy League schools.
Most of them, yeah, because they're all related.
Eric Adams, he just said a lot of goofy shit that, it was just...
He was just outside.
He was outside, bro. You at the Met Gala and everything.
But there's worse mayors than him, because there was a mayor of Detroit who was caught sniffing coke, doing wild stuff.
There's the Rob Ford dude up there from Canada. He got caught with cocaine and prostitutes. Yeah, I know you talking. Yeah,
a bunch of them.
I don't know. There's worse mayors. I just think with New York City, like, we're a major, like, we're very important. I don't know. I'm not trying to glaze this or nothing, but we are a very important city. When it comes to tourists, comes to all this type of stuff. A lot, New York City is like the Mecca in a way. So,
what about the New Jersey mayor, the one that got caught with the crystal meth and
that's what
and the stuff on the sheets?
I think that's when isn't that his name was Rob Ford? Isn't that I think that's his name, Rob Ford.
I think he was a black guy too.
Oh no, that was that's Marion Barry from DC.
No, it was a guy from...
Oh, I know Marion Barry from DC.
From Jersey.
He was the one who got caught smoking crack. But he was a good dude, actually. I mean, that was just a time of the epidemic, but nigga was a good dude. But I don't know. I mean, I pray for all our people as far as the TPS situation, because, I would hate for them to really get sent back home. Especially if they're going to send them back to the war zone. Like,
I think they have deported some back already.
Oh, no, for sure. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, but I think that's why a lot of people get married in churches. They're just getting married. So
Hey man, you got
love will save you.
I mean, but even then, I heard they tracking down that like they gonna start interviewing niggas like if you ain't.
They always interview people that get married.
That's a mess.
Yeah, that's part of the thing, man.
Would you marry somebody to save their citizenship?
No, my church have tried me. They try to push me in those situations multiple times, and all it did was build resentment between me and some of them, because I just felt like that was very deceitful.
Yeah, not like
kind of odd.
Yeah, that's very, very weird to push somebody that someone doesn't barely know to just marrying somebody, giving them half your assets. But hey,
yeah, it's kind of odd. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's levels to it. You feel me? It's like, you come from Haiti, you fresh out from Haiti, and then you want me to, just deal with you and give you half. Like, I don't.
Well, I mean, you can smart. You can get some sort of prenuptial agreement.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Because when I went to Haiti myself, bro, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of different, man. It's like almost... How do I explain it? Alright, you see how there's probably cars in Haiti that people in Haiti love to drive every day. They love those cars. The car is like it's probably like the craziest car they ever seen in their life.
Yeah.
But then we live in America, and it's
we see all
those
cars all the time.
Those are regular cars, and the cars that we think is fancy, they probably never get to see ever in their lives. So that's how I feel with like certain situations. So I'm saying it's like, and I don't like the way they try to associate you with a female every single time. It's like when they had the gala and then, I had a dance and then they started saying, oh yeah, you about to get married, or we thought you about to get married just now. And I'm like, really? Like, where y'all coming from with this? It's like pressure, like relax. It's like, it's almost like they all want to pressure you into marriage. They all want to be at your wedding, but then when you're going through your struggles within your marriage, no one is there. And then they act like they don't know. And then when you're going through it, you alone, and then they all act like they don't know, but they all talking about you. It was like, it's kind of odd.
That is very odd. I mean, I don't know. Just don't pay that no mind. I mean, hey. But if the shoe was on the other foot, wouldn't she want somebody else? Wouldn't you want, a woman to take you in though?
Take me into where?
If the shoe was on the other foot, you was a T-by then.
Nah, man. You know what's crazy? Like when I was younger, like I had my own car and I had my own spot, but not a lot of people knew I had my own spot because, it was more so low key. And then I remember I was dealing with this girl. She had a big apartment. She had like a 2-bedroom apartment. But I found out later on, like, there was a lot to her, a lot to her. So boom, she started saying for me to stay by her more often. So I would stay by her sometimes. And then, with women, when you staying by them, they feel like they got the power, and at any moment when y'all going back and forth, like, get out my crib.
That's what my dad used to always say, like...
And if you a dude that don't got your own spot to go to, nigga, it's almost like you gotta beg her.
Yeah, now you gotta bow down. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Or you gotta go to the shelter type. So,
Shelter's OD. Nah, shelter...
And we seen it happen.
I mean, if I ever get kicked out, I would never want to be put in a situation. But if I get kicked... I feel like as a man, if you're in certain situations, like, if you get kicked out a crib... Nigga, you should have enough. You should be able to save some bread for you to stay in a telly for a little bit. I mean, for a few nights.
Not everybody, but like I was saying, like they'll be like, "Yo, get out of my crib," and I'm like, "All right," and I'll just get up and leave because I got a car and I got a crib.
Yeah.
And then they be like, "Wait, where you going?" I'm like, "Yo, you said get out your crib. Like you got it. Like I'm good." So it's like, those psychological games I try to stay far away from, man. Certain things you gotta stay away from. Like, in regards to that, I don't think I would ever fully pack up and go live with a shorty. Even my trap, I still got it till this day. You feel me? I still got my spot. It's still, so it's like...
But it's not really a trap anymore.
Nah. It's
a property.
Yeah.
You got a property. It's a property.
But I'm saying, like, even when I was married, I still used to rent that spot to my boys. Like, and ironically enough, it'd be my boys who would get kicked out by their girlfriend or their baby moms. And then they were like, "Yo, if I got some places, I need a spot I can stay." I'm like, "All right." And I would rent them that spot. And you know how much times that happened? It's like,
that seems
for years.
I'm guessing this happening for a long time because
different people. It was always a dude in the room. Because they would get kicked out of their crib and they would need a spot to stay.
But would it be like, when they were staying, would it be like temporarily or is like, for a few months or a few weeks?
Nah, it'll be for like 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Majority of the time when they would move, it'll be because they done met another girl and moved in with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You deal with some crazy niggas.
Like I had this one dude, he was living with his baby moms. His baby moms... He started cheating on his baby moms with some shorty at work. So his baby mom started cheating on him with some dude on the block. So then they started beefing, back and forth. Then his baby moms put him out. So then he needed a spot to stay. Then the girl from work, he tried to move in with her. It didn't work, but he had the spot. And then he got another girl, got her pregnant, then he moved in with her. Now they like the Brady Bunch. Yeah.
Dude. That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, that's just one situation.
That's a lot.
There's a few.
That's a lot. Okay. So, the Oscars is pulling up. Oscars is coming up. I think this week or next week. Are you a big fan of award shows? Do you be watching award shows?
Not really. I don't watch award shows or go to them unless I'm being nominated or given an award.
Sounds just like him.
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
I mean, Sinners. Sinners is like about to take home a sweep. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What you think about Sinners?
I think it was a great movie. Michael B. Jordan played 2 different characters in one movie at the same time, who was twin brothers with 2 different personalities. Mm-hmm. And you'll see how the racial makeup was back then, even for military veterans, and you see how it was for business owners or small business owners who was trying to make money. You see the vampires always come and try to lure you and steal your riches, and you know you gotta be careful.
Yo, it was one scene I was paying attention to because remember the Chinese store owners?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize they had 2 stores, but they were across the street from each other, but they were segregated, and one was nicer than the other, and it had like white customers, and others had black customers. I was like, yo, I didn't even realize it until I was watching it a few weeks ago. I'm like, damn, this movie's a masterpiece. Like,
but if you look in every neighborhood, every movie, there's Chinese people selling to blacks. I went to Belize in the middle of the rainforest.
Madness in the Hood always makes me laugh. But
I went to Belize in the middle of Hopkins, Belize rainforest, and there was one store. It was called Something Mart, and it was the biggest store in the village. And I walked in, Asian people were selling things, everything.
In my opinion, I feel like them Asian people, especially the Asians, the Indians, like those like Middle Eastern people, they know the importance of like having a business. Like,
I went to Jamaica. I seen them too, speaking patois,
They know
bro.
the importance.
Everywhere.
They really know the importance of having a business, bro.
The only place I probably didn't see him was Haiti. Probably I wasn't in the part.
Haiti. I see a lot of just the mulattoes. I seen Polish people. Those are the ones I see that own like businesses, like fair skin, lighter skin people. But I never see no Asians.
Me neither.
I would love to see how you doing up in Haiti.
I ain't seen no Asians in Haiti.
But yeah, so I think Sinners is a masterpiece. It's one of those movies. Like, I would compare it to The Godfather.
Godfather.
So? Godfather is my favorite movie of all time.
Which one? Godfather 1, 2, or 3?
1 and 2. One is good. 2 is great. 3 was kind of whack to me.
Yeah.
But I think 1 and 2 is both are masterpieces.
I think so too. I think so too. I feel the same way about Casino.
Casino's dope.
I feel the same way about Paid in Full.
Paid in Full. I feel Paid in Full is a masterpiece. So I don't know why your boy Fifth want to make a series out of it. I feel like there should be a DC version. Because you remember Alpha went to DC and he did mad reckoning over there. But
Yeah, DC boys used to get busy out there.
Yo, it was a murder capital war at one point, bro. I was like, yo.
The whole DMV, they used to get money.
Like, it was crazy. So what's your favorite scene from The Godfather?
The Godfather, there's a couple scenes. A man that don't take care of his family can't be rich.
A real man, it's a fact.
And the scene when he told Fredo, "You broke my heart," and then he had to kill Fredo. And when he was like, "Fredo, you broke my heart," and Fredo was like, "What do you mean, Mikey? What do you mean?" And then they put him on the boat and they shot him
in the head.
Yeah, because he betrayed the family. The scene when Michael had the gun in the toilet. Scene where they were talking about Luca Brasi, then they killed Luca Brasi. He was barely in the scene.
Like,
oh my lord.
There's 3 scenes I love from The Godfather from the first movie. The first one is when the pops when Don Corleone was in the hospital and there was no security guards there, and they were like, and Michael came to see him and he was like, yo, where everybody at? And the baker dude, he was like, yo, I'm Enzo, I'm the baker. They were like, yo, they coming to kill my dad. I need you to pretend like you got a gun on you. And he was like, he got scared. He just pretended like the car came by. They pretend like he was a security guard or whatever, and he had his hand in the pocket. But I feel like that's a good one. Also, the scene where you remember when they was talking after, they were like, "Yo, who's gonna go after this Italian them?" And Michael was like, "I'll kill him." He's like, "I'll kill him," and everyone started laughing at him because they didn't think Michael was like that.
Yeah, but Michael was a soldier.
Michael was a soldier, but they didn't remember. They thought like Michael kind of strayed away from the family business in a way.
Yeah, he was a little soft at the beginning,
but he became ruthless over time. I always liked that heartless. Scene. Yeah, he definitely became really hard. I mean, for you to kill your own brother,
But they killed his first brother at
Sonny.
the toll.
They killed Sonny. But they killed Sonny because remember he beat up Carlo. Yeah. And Carlo was working with the ops. So but Sonny was hot tempered. Niggas don't realize that. Sonny was
kept beating a girl.
Yeah, he was quick to react. So when he found out he was beating his sister, that's what happened. But he was already working with the ops already. But Sonny one of my favorite characters too. Sonny one of my favorite. I like. He was one of my favorite. I think Sonny could have been a better Don than Michael in a way.
Why Michael was more calculated.
He was more calculated, but Sonny wasn't dumb either. He wasn't dumb. He was just quick to react.
Michael made the family much richer, though.
Facts. That's a fact. But Michael was never the one supposed to take over anyway.
Because the Don could have came back and still been the Don because he was there. Instead, he moved himself to Consigliere.
Because his health was plummeting. He knew he was on his way out anyway. I mean, you just survived a mean assassination attempt.
Yeah.
So, with Godfather 2, what I like that movie because I like how they played the past and present thing they was doing. How Vito rose to power in the first place, and like how he came from. Remember how he came from Italy, and how he saw his dad get killed. Well, how he saw the dad get killed, and
did they send Michael to Italy in the first one?
Yeah, they sent Michael to Italy in the first one after he killed the cop and the Turk dude. I forgot his name, but remember when he killed they sent him to Italy.
Yeah, to lay low for a bit, but then they try to kill him. That's
why he killed his wife. They killed the first wife. That movie. I always say Scarface too. Scarface is a master. Scarface is one of my favorite movies, but I feel like Scarface is one of those movies that teach you like everything what not to do.
Bronx Tale too. I don't know if you've seen
Bronx Tale is dope too. Bronx Tale is a good movie.
Yeah, Bronx Tale.
I feel like, but that movie kind of deals a little bit more with racial, kind of a little bit more like with interracial love in a way, more than dealing with the mob and having two fathers that can teach you right from wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like it talked a lot about like the interracial love aspect that was going on in the 60s. I think Bronx was a good movie.
Facts. So, out of all those movies that you saw, what lesson you think you've learned has been the greatest lesson from all those movies?
I think it's take care of your family. That was one. Like the scene where Michael went to see his pops, he took care of his pops. He moved him out the hospital where they was gonna go get him. That's one thing I learned. Look after your parents, and also never tell nobody what you are thinking. And that's one thing I always got to work on. Like I try to listen to the 48 Laws of Power because it's true when you talk too much, you reveal a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
Like just even if you don't feel like you talk too much, you probably told somebody who's probably an enemy way too much about yourself.
Yeah, it's almost like you sell yourself out.
Yeah, so that's two lessons I learned. Scarface, I just learned like never get high on your own supply. Nah, I'm just kidding. I always learned I always want the world and everything in it, which is facts because it like always try to achieve higher.
But it comes at a heavy cost.
Yeah, and that's a rule of power. Never go past your goal.
Yeah.
Because he got everything. But remember what happened afterwards.
Well, outshine the master. His plug was beefing with him, sent the head out.
Well, I mean, he kind of did it to himself, my boy Frank. But it was a failed assassination. He did kind of outshine the master in a way. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's rule one. Never outshine the master.
Yeah, but in every move, people always try to kill the plug.
Yeah, because it's easier to be. Well, I mean, an American Gangster, not really, because you saw that he went straight to the source. Yeah, and he became the plug in a way.
But he was just too flashy with the mink in the front row of the fight. But
it wasn't even him. It was really his family. I feel like it was his family too.
Yeah, but his wife gave him the coat to make.
And he burned that shit. But an American Gangster is a dope movie too.
All right, so closing thoughts.
That was a quick hour, but continue to stay tuned. We're gonna continue to try to be consistent. Stay tuned to any community drives coming up, especially when it gets warmer out there. Thanks. When that snow goes down, when it melts, when we get into that March weather, April weather, we definitely gonna do some community drives, clothes drives and stuff like that. So
we're Franklation?
I was definitely about to say that with FH, FH and Rick Star 1875 go together like peanut butter and jelly.
So we got 20 minutes. We do got a little bit more time. I thought the time was a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, that's a little quick hour.
No, I had to catch up because it was 9. That's my fault. But yeah, I would say from Paid in Full, what I learned that money brings jealousy. Sometimes the simple things can keep you safe because son was just working in the dry cleaner, mind his business. But then when he started getting all that money, he got shot in the head. His people got killed. So
Actually, but do you watch the movie? Remember, he was trying to put him on, but he's like, you're hot, like I'm not finna make you in charge of a block when you just got out. And then Alpo just started talking to, or Rico, he started talking too much. But I feel like Paid in Full, I don't know, you can see it's semi-biographical, but I feel like you just got from AZ's point of view.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Prince, shout out to Prince Miller, he had an interview with Supreme Son. He was like, that movie kind of doesn't really, it was a good movie, but it only showed from one person's perspective. Like, you know, you could have got Alpo's perspective.
Maybe that's what 50 gonna do. You know,
I mean, Alpo's dead. I mean, how can you really get his perspective?
I guess from his son or people around him.
His son, yeah.
His son, yeah.
I mean, he's paparazzi Poe.
Yeah,
I mean,
he be copying. He be copying.
But he got $150 on his face. So I'm like, damn, who gave you that?
Now he got it in jail.
Oh, he got it in jail? I'm thinking that looks new. Like, oh.
No, he got it in jail when he was in jail.
That looks new, so.
Yeah, paparazzi Poe. I don't know. He be chatting though.
You think that's actually his son?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't care. I didn't even look into it like that. He claims to be his son, but I don't remember seeing parts where he claimed him as his son. I don't remember.
Yeah, because like the Supreme Son, the one that was beefing with 50, like that is his son. I mean, they look alike actually, but it's like with him, I feel like I kind of hate the fact that I don't know what's with these drug dealing son, like these sons of drug dealers that kind of want to chase like the fame that they pops had. And I feel like Lil Meech kind of move like that too, because it's like you just an actor, and I feel like that kind of got into his head low key that he was playing his pops.
Yeah.
You know,
because he was a private school kid.
He was a private school kid. He wasn't even like he was rapping or whatever, but he wasn't really like
in the streets. Like
he wasn't really fact for him to get caught up with the. Well, that was a mistake when him got caught up with the gun at TSA.
Oh yeah,
but that was a mistake. He said, "I'm a minor. I'm like, yo, that's crazy work. I'm like full grown beard and everything, talking about I'm a minor. I would have just said like, yo, that's security's bag, but you know,
security gotta claim it too.
True. Supreme Son, I feel like he just be chasing the cloud of his father, and to the point they kind of like, you know, it's been a year since Earth Gotti died, but I remember when he died. Remember he was like, oh, remember when 50 put out the post, oh, we smoking on that Gotti pack, and he was like, oh, what if we started smoking your mother and all that shit? What if we said we smoking your grandfather? Because that's like, and they were like, yo, who's we? Like his pop sent a kite, like he had a message and everything on the phone from prison. He was like, yo, who's we? Like, we don't believe in just attacking everybody and stuff like that. You making foolishness. And he's like, I'm not going to jack you till you stop this nonsense. You know?
So why his pops then jack if he feel like he was covering for his pops?
Bro, you bring a bad like, you're bringing a bad like just reputation. You bringing like this wrong. Because niggas know. People, so it's like when you say, "Oh yeah, we gonna do this," acting like your dad is gonna, you know, your dad's gonna co-sign that. No, your pops is old school.
Yeah,
like that's weird. Like that's weird. You know, these are old school. These niggas' heydays was back in the 80s. But they wasn't when they had ops. They wasn't talking about smoking on their mother. They wasn't talking about smoking their dad and shit like that. That's what we say, and I feel like that's one of the most disrespectful things you can say. They say that somebody's dead, so
yeah, they do be saying that though.
Like, what do you think about that? Like, how you feel about the young people saying shit like that?
I mean, I seen a video of where there was a guy who said he was smoking on people dead, and they caught him and they pulled him down the stairs. They grabbed him by his dreads and pulled him downstairs in the projects. They spit on him. They kicked him, stomped his feet out, stomped his face out. I mean, that's what comes with all that, you know. Some people, you know, they sensitive about that situation, you know. So,
I feel like you feel like my generation got a lack of respect.
Yeah, but if you don't learn at home, you gonna learn in the streets. You gonna learn the hard way. So it's like you could say, yeah, you don't got respect, you don't got this and that. Like if you don't understand and learn respect at home, when you go outside, someone it's gonna teach you that. If they don't, then the law gonna teach you that. If the law don't, then they gonna put you in jail. They're gonna put you in a small cell with a big ass nigga, and he gonna teach you that. So it's like that's what it's gonna be. Like you seen in jail where they got people like you be like line up, You're like, this person washed my drawers, this person cooked my food, this person
bro.
this, that. Like, I'm doing a life sentence. I ain't got no pics. Imagine a dude in his mind, he doing a life sentence. He don't care.
Pierre, you got nothing to lose, bro.
Like, what? I got 4 elbows.
Like, yo, jail ain't no joke. And I'm like, I seen the movie, you seen Beyond Scared Straight. I mean, even though that's a little scripted.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's that movie that DeAndre Barnes was in? I think it was like Lock when he got raped. I don't know if you, but I was like just seeing movies like that, and it's like, bro, yeah, nah, I would never want to do no street shit. Prison ain't for me unless it's some white collar shit where I'm getting sent into like the feds.
White collar, that's crazy.
Like, cause them niggas is chilling there though. Like the people who be doing like the fraud, like I don't think Sam Bankman-Fried gonna get sent to Attica or nothing.
They go to like a camp, like where Diddy at? Like, low security camp.
Fort Dix.
Hey, yo.
Fort Dix.
Hey, yo.
Shout, free Puff though, free Puff, you know.
That's your man.
Bro, you can't, like I said before, you can't say the nigga ain't contribute to the culture, bro.
He did. He
did a lot.
He had us all drinking Ciroc, you know.
Yeah, everyone drinking Ciroc.
Shout out to Cavell Cocoloso in the building.
Yeah, everyone dropped rockets. Everyone had Sean John at one point, bro.
Velour suit.
Yeah, definitely that velour suit.
Yeah.
So, did a lot for the culture, though. Free Puff. But, man, I don't know. I mean, I think my generation does have a lack of respect, and I just think it's just the way we was brought up at home. I mean, I always have respect for people, but I just see like the YNs. I don't know. These niggas be running loose, bro.
Nah, some of them getting spanked out and packed out.
Coming back with Blitz, bro. We don't know. I feel like us, we don't know hand-in-hand combat like how y'all do. Y'all grew up fighting.
Wrestling.
Niggas quick to grab a gun and shoot and kill somebody. And
that's true, but it's like, you know, they didn't stop making guns when you got one, so it's like you bugging. I mean, look at K-Flock. Like, K-Flock was out here doing drills, rapping about it, running around like a menace, and then they caught up to him.
You got hit with the Rico. He got hit with I mean, free K-Flock. I mean, 30 years is OD, but...
Yeah, exactly.
And he's only 20... He like my age, 21, 22 years old.
Yeah, he come out when he's 50.
I mean, he said 2045. He said be eligible for parole or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's mad. But you pass your... Look at TK.
Yeah.
50-something years, 60 years, and then you got pending murder charge that you also got to fight awaiting trial.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, these niggas really be throwing away their life mad young.
But they don't understand. Some of them get life sentences before they lose their virginity. You ain't hear that before? A lot of them do.
Which is sad, bro, because it's like...
Nah. My boy got a body. He ain't catch a body yet.
Just crazy. That's crazy. You ain't getting... And niggas probably think, oh yeah, now they could get, if they got bread, they could do the COs. I'm like, bro, that's like some movie type shit,
that's
bro.
That's far between. Few and far between.
I'm like, that's some... I only see that shit in Power and shit like that, bro.
I mean, people do it, but it's like, it's few and far between. Like, you gotta be... The way I be seeing people do it is they got motion inside and outside. Because you gotta think about it. Like, a Nick bag out here will probably like 10 times, 20 times in jail. Like, you probably saw a stick for like $10. A stick, we're talking about like just one rolled up spliff, like real thin, a stick, $10. So I know when they had K2, they were selling sticks for like $5. Like the line be around the corner by the shelter when they were selling $2 sticks of K2. Yeah, I remember. And they ain't stop until we moved the guy out the shelter who was selling the K2. He used to have a fold-up chair, sit underneath the awning and just roll it up, sell it, roll it up, sell it.
And by the time this is curfew for him to be back, he ready. He probably, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, though.
Yeah, I seen it with my own 2 eyes, you know. I done seen a lot. That's why when people be like, I'll be like, yeah, like, cause I was there, like, you know, there was not a lot of people there. We got 6 minutes. Last topic of discussion.
I forgot what I was gonna ask you. I forgot what I was gonna ask you, but
So leadership, right? Because right now
we always talk about leadership, but actually, what's your question on leadership?
With you, because now you in more of a leadership role, especially when it comes to church, and then
FH too.
Yeah, and you're dealing with a lot of different personalities. What have you learned? Like, what positive things have you learned from working with different personalities?
Well, one thing I've learned in a way is that I've learned that people are willing to listen to you if you come off right. Like if you like they're receptive if you're nice to them, right? So if you come off like on some dickhead shit, telling niggas what to do, they gonna have problems with you. But if you just treat people with respect off rip, you know, they quick to do. Hey, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? And can you know? Okay, I'm gonna do it. So I kind of learned that in leadership, and I also learned that you know you can. It's like a seed. Like you can sow. You water that seed. You know, it'll grow to something beautiful. So I learned that you know eventually I can impact these people's life. Like not trying to be on no savior complex or nothing, but it's like if I keep continue to do the right thing, especially the right thing by them, you know, they might be in the positions where I'm at now. And, you know, and that's just makes everything better because you're passing it on.
Yeah.
Because if you have dickheads in charge, you're not gonna want to be around there.
I mean, some people like that just for power. Some people want to be close to power, whether they're rude or not. Look how much people was around Napoleon Bonaparte. You know, look how much people Trump got around him. So, you know.
But with Trump was situations that he puts people in charge who are kind of incompetent. Not kind of, they are really incompetent at their jobs.
I wouldn't say that.
Bro, you got Pete Hegseth. He's going to be the head of defense.
Yeah.
What was he? A Fox News anchor, bro.
Yeah.
Now he's in charge of the Department of Defense.
I mean, we'll see how
that's a hell of a promotion, bro. That's like going from Starbucks manager to the CEO of Apple.
We don't know his credentials fully, though.
Dude, either way, you think a nigga like that, bro? The fact that we don't know his credentials fully.
No, I don't know personally because I haven't checked.
But it's like the fact we don't know his credentials fully just shows like how can we put somebody like that in charge? Yo, this man had a meeting a few months ago, called all the generals, U.S. generals from around the world, and met them in one place. They said that they never do anything like that. So imagine one of our ops just decide to just bomb everyone there. Not saying it would happen, who knows? But it's just like things like that. I
mean, they probably met at a secret location.
Yeah, bro, they met at Quantico, bro. They knew where they was meeting, bro.
Okay, but nothing happened.
Nothing happened, but that's dumb. Like, come on.
Nothing happened.
That's dumb, bro.
I don't know. I mean, my closing thought is, man, just try to be the best that you can be. Work every day towards something new. You know, don't let anybody stop you from doing what you gotta do. Don't let anybody get in your way. You know, always stay prayed up.
And be humble, too.
Yeah.
Be humble, because God puts you in a position he can always take you out. So don't think that you just the head honcho in charge. You run people's lives and stuff like that. Like, I always feel like when you put in positions like that, you're here to serve. You're here to make an impact on these people's lives. Change something. Fill that hole, whatever they're missing. Because you never know what people is going through.
Yeah, you do it to the best of your ability. Without losing yourself in the process, too.
Facts. Everyone not losing yourself in the process. Not burning yourself out.
Yeah, because
people get tiring.
Because the casket's only built for one. You know. Funerals don't count, though. Spread love now. Shout out to Sanders. You want to close out with a prayer?
Yeah, I got you. Let's bow our heads and close our eyes. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to come together and film this episode, Lord. I ask that you continue to touch the hearts and the minds of everyone that's watched this episode. Allow us to become better people so we can do right by others, and change people's lives. I ask it's not because we're worthy, but it's because your son died on the Calvary cross so that we can have everlasting life. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Amen, amen. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Happy Sabbath. Good night.
It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real